This is Johnny Carson from the entertainment capital of the world, direct from the Vegas Voice television studio. Here's Evan Davis.
Hi, and welcome. This is the Vegas Voice Celebrity Corner, and I'm your host, Evan Davis. My goal in the Celebrity Corner is to bring you the most talented, creative, and good-looking performers in Vegas. Unfortunately, 2 out of 3 is not bad. A man who needs no introduction, Mr. Reckless in Vegas himself, Michael Shapiro.
Good to be here with you.
Hey, Michael, how are you?
I'm good. Although we are going to change the name from Reckless in Vegas to Restless in Vegas because we're getting very restless.
Are you really?
Well, we're thinking that that's the way to go. I want there to be integrity in the name, and the fact that we used to be reckless, we're not allowed to be reckless. So this is a fashion statement. So I'm no longer reckless.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Reckless.
Restless.
Restless.
Okay.
Restless. See how I'm moving in on you?
Okay.
It's good to be
So forget about Reckless in Vegas. What I'm really interested in is you're a farmer of some type.
A farmer.
Yeah, you have a garden. Tell us about that first.
My wife, Jolie, and I, we wanted to grow vegetables. So I didn't think you could do that in Las Vegas, but we actually planted 4 raised grow beds, and you cannot believe you can grow spinach, you can grow zucchini, you can grow tomatoes. Tomatoes are easy, but romaine lettuce, butter lettuce, everything, you can just grow anything here, and we're just having a blast with it.
What about the
farm to table?
That's nice. What about eggs? Because I've had some of your eggs before, and they really are better and different than the store-bought eggs.
It's a sad day for us. There's a few days ago we lost Big Mama. Yeah, but it's up until that point, nothing but joy. And with pets, obviously, when you lose one, it's really, really tough. But thanks for bringing that up. Way to bring that up.
Yeah. Well, sorry.
We'll
talk about Melvin Harvey and Shappy later, which are the dogs.
Yeah,
but let's get into now what you really do and why. How'd you get started with Reckless in Vegas?
Well, before we do that, there's some other breaking news for you.
Oh, okay.
So I went to look into hair transplants because I want to sustain the hair because I really, and we found out they do a DNA test. We found out that I am actually Vinny Adinolfi's oldest son. No, seriously. So Nikki and Vin are my brothers.
Okay, so you have another guy on unemployment that's going to be living at your house. Okay.
That's what I'm working towards, so I can get on that. Hey, Reckless in Vegas was an idea that I had in 2013, and we were an original band in the Bay Area, and decided that we weren't making any money doing originals, and so I got this idea, well, let's be a tribute act. So we learned a bunch of Johnny Cash songs and was going to go out as Johnny Cash. Couldn't find that in my heart, so then in a meditation, I was in San Francisco, so my inner hippie was coming out, and I got this vision, and it was called Reckless in Vegas, and we were wearing like sharkskin suits, playing our style of rock and roll, but I was singing a Frank Sinatra song. Yeah. And so that's how it happened.
I know. And that's, you've done a show for us before, Reckless in Vegas show. And you got, dancers, singers, you got a nice band. And, the take on it is doing the old standards or starting out with the old standards and then just putting the rock and roll, vibe to it.
You wouldn't think that would work because, Mr. Sinatra didn't exactly love rock and roll when he first started.
But it did. We've had some sellout crowds.
You did a great show for you guys with the Voice. So you guys really did a nice show at the Italian American Club.
Well, that's because you were there. Your show.
You promoted it, though. You guys did a great job.
All right, here we are patting each other on the back. Yeah, it's okay. Forget about this show.
Hey, part of everyone's got an element. They bring something to it, and it's very important.
You had a screen in the back that you had purchased just before that show. What kind of screen? What was that?
It's just an LED wall. If I would have known about what was going to happen this year, I probably wouldn't have purchased that wall.
All right, but whatever. If you had like opportunity to sing with one person in the whole world, who would that person be?
Dead or alive?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, can I do 2?
Okay, you could do 2.
It would have to be the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley.
Okay.
And then, of course, Frank Sinatra, man. I would love to share the stage with Frank. I mean, come on. If you have any choice in the world. What about you?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd like to sing with my dad.
You used to sing with your dad?
Yeah.
You never. So was he a performer?
No.
Oh.
And neither am I.
Oh, that's a great show.
It would give me an opportunity to get together with my dad again.
Oh, that's a sweet thing.
Yeah.
Actually, can I change my answer?
Yeah.
My dad.
Okay. Yeah.
That's so sweet.
But your dad's still alive. Yeah.
So don't wish to sing with him? So we're going only dad only now. Okay. All right.
All right. Where were we? We're talking about something else. Tell me a little more about your background or.
I grew up in Vegas, born and raised. My grandfather moved to Las Vegas in 1955 and owned a hotel here called the Royal Nevada. He was an 8-way owner in that, and then he started United Coin. So my roots go way back. I was born in 1970 in the Bay Area, but moved here when I was 1. Wow. And I lived here for 29 years, and then I moved away for 15 years, and then came back once we created the show. So. You know, the Las Vegas is in my blood and always will be. I love Las Vegas more than any. I've had the opportunity to travel all over the world, and there's just something about Las Vegas that I just can't shake.
Tell us about your real first love and how you got to meet that love.
My real first love is sitting right over there. You all can't see her; she's hiding behind the camera. But, so I got the opportunity. I got an invitation to do the Dennis Bono show at South Point. Pretty popular show here in town. And I was talking to Michael Avenatti, the entertainment director of South Point, and just behind him, I just caught a view of this beautiful showgirl standing out in front of the showroom and in mid-sentence. And I just met Michael, so it was kind of inappropriate because we're having a business meeting, and I just went, oh my goodness, is that the most beautiful woman you've ever seen? And he looked up, he goes, oh yeah, that's our Blue Angel. And so then after the show had started, Sean McGee there gave me a little courage to go talk to her, and I went and talked to her. So that's how I met Joelle.
Wonderful. Yeah. Well, I tell you, at this point, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in just a minute.
I'm attorney Matt Hoffman with Battle-Born Injury Lawyers. Nobody wants to put a family member in a nursing home, but that's who we turn to when all else has failed. Unfortunately, nursing homes have become big business, and the quality of care has suffered. If you or a loved one has suffered injury or death at the hands of a nursing home, call Battle-Born Injury Lawyers at 570-9000. And tune in Wednesdays at noon to watch me break down today's legal issues right here on News 3.
Hi, we're back. Evan Davis here with Michael Shapiro.
Indeed.
And we were, while you were gone, we were talking about the fact that even though he was born and raised here, he did leave for a while and went to...
So in 99, I had a carpet cleaning company here, and I was making a few bucks and doing pretty good. And I saw the movie Scarface and decided that my future should go to cocaine. And I don't recommend that to anybody. And I'll tell you, it sent me on a bit of a downward spiral. And my mother calls me from Portland, and she says, Las Vegas is your problem. Come to Portland. So I moved to Portland for 5 years. I lived there for 5 years. Turns out that everywhere I go, there I am. And I did the same thing there. I was able to straighten up a little bit, did some tours. I toured with Great White, the rock band Great White. Put an album out with another band up there. And then after that imploded again because of the same behavior. When I moved to the Bay Area, San Francisco, got a house in Marin County and formed a new band there and cleaned my life up. And then, several years later, I got this idea to do Reckless in Vegas, and we were getting hired a lot in Las Vegas. I didn't really ever think I was going to move back to Las Vegas, although it always called at me. I love the Bay Area. But we were getting so much work here that we decided to move back, and it was based on a residency that we had at the Downtown Grand in 2014.
Talking about residencies, I know there was something in the works at the beginning of the year What's happening? Anything happening?
5 years of, working the deal here, and we got a really good opportunity with Caesars. They were building a room for us in another act, and we were going to open at the end of April. And so, obviously, when COVID hit the town, they put that on the back burner. So we're very hopeful that will happen again. As every entertainer in Las Vegas is, we're all hopeful that we're going to get back to work, So that's still probably in the works.
Yeah. Now, I've met your two dogs, Melvin, Harvey, and Shappy. Tell me, how'd that come about? Why'd you end up with two of them?
When I moved back to Vegas, I had a Labrador named Ralphie, and Jolie, my wife, had a cocker named Murphy. And sadly, within 8 days of apart, they both passed.
Wow.
We had to put both of them down, and we're going to get into those details. But then, about a month after, I was just online, and I was looking for a Labrador that might be born on the same day that Ralphie passed. We saw a movie about reincarnation, and so on a whim, I just checked it, and I found a breeder in Pahrump, which coincidentally I got my very first Labrador from back in 2000. So it turns out this litter of puppies that was born on the same day that we put Ralphie down, the other lab, this litter of puppies was born. So we went out there, and this dog picked me, and it turns out that's related. It's the same lineage as my very first dog. So it was just a no-brainer. We had to get it. And then about a month later, Jolie found a Cocker Spaniel in Missouri, and her parents drove Melvin Harvey out to us. And they are, every parent says it, the best dogs ever. But I'm telling you, these dogs are the best dogs ever.
You think they're going to miss you once you get back to work and you're not in the house 24/7?
They're confused, but I think that they both, Melvin Harvey maybe, Shapiro likes his alone time. He's a little more independent.
Right.
Melvin will notice a difference. But, we're only gone a few hours a night. So we're there most of the time anyways, even when we're working.
Isn't it exciting talking about their dogs, about their farm in
Las Vegas?
Yeah,
they keep us alive. Yeah.
I know. When I first saw your vegetables and everything else, it was like, what is, it's like having horses out here. Well, horses I can see. Yeah. But Western town, but who knows? But that's pretty much, just crazy with that stuff. Go ahead.
I say it gives you some, I was thinking of the chickens. Every day we got to go out there. We got to change their water and feed them. And the garden requires some tending to. And, I was thinking, we got all these chores that we have to do. And one day I'm out there, and it occurred to me, it's perspective. I wasn't looking at it right. Like, I was out there for 15 minutes, and I didn't think of anything. My phone, the news, anything that was going on. I was out there with these animals that need our love and our care and attention. And I got a break from life in that 15 minutes. So instead of it being a chore, it's a gift. And that really is about perspective. As you know, we can do that with anything that we're dealing with in life, is how do we want to look at it?
Yeah. And one of the reasons I wanted you on is because I like you and you're a good-looking guy. But the other reason...
Whoa, did he just say that you wanted me on because don't touch me like that? No, you can. I'm totally... No. Okay, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, but there's more to you than just a rocker. A lot of people, Michael Shapiro, Reckless in Vegas. Oh, yeah, that rock and roll, And there's more to you than just being a rocker. And I wanted people to see that and get a nice feel of who you really are.
Thank you, Evan. I appreciate it. It takes one to know one, they say.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but okay, I'll take it. Yeah, an old boss told me, he said, if they give you a compliment, take whatever it may be. And also you can say anything you want on your last day on the job. So remember that.
That's a good line too.
I know. So, in just about a minute, we're going to wrap this up. So give us your final words that you want to express and tell everyone out there.
I think that during this period for my wife and I and our family is that we realized that the most important thing in life is food, water, shelter, love, and some kind of a spiritual connection. And if we have those 5 elements, we can get through anything. And it's nice to be able to get through it together,
Words of wisdom from Michael Shapiro, Reckless in Vegas. Folks, we'll be back with you next time. Come see us at the Vegas Voice Celebrity Corner. This is Evan Davis, along with Michael Shapiro.